All right, guys, welcome to part 3. So we are going to look at how to factorize quadratic trinomials. So by the end of this lesson, so you should be able to enjoy factorizing quadratic trinomials. Examiners don't miss asking this type of factorization. So we are going to start. So step number 1, if we have x squared minus x minus 6. So step number 1, I need to multiply the value of a 1 times 6. So 1 times 6, it gives me 6. Actually, it's negative 6, but don't worry about the negative. So now I need to find two numbers that I can multiply to give me 6. So 1 times 6, it gives me 6. 2 times 3, it gives me 6. So next, I need to look at this expression. It's having negative, negative. So please, this is the trick that you will not get in any textbook, but you can use it to quickly figure out which of the factor you are going to select without using the guessing method which is in the textbooks. So now the next thing is, if you look at this one is having negative, negative, it means both are negative. So this is both, it means I'm going to apply BB. So BB. So BB means when both are negative, the big factor should have the negative sign. Big factor, negative sign. So therefore, this big factor should have negative sign. So now the next thing is which of these two, this one or this one, that I should add, which will give me negative 1, which is the middle one. So if I add this one plus this one, this gives me negative 5. If I add this one plus this one, this gives me negative 1. So negative 1 is the value which is at the middle. So which means this is the value that I'm going to take. This one, I'm not going to take it. Then it's very simple. Since I have x squared, I'm going to write 2x. So x positive 2. The next one, x minus 3. Next, the last thing is I need to divide. Number 2 divided by 1 here, it gives me 2. Negative 3 divided by 1 there, it gives me negative 3, which means that is my final answer. Was that not simple? All right, let's do the next example. So the next example is if we are given x squared plus x minus 20. So x squared plus x minus 20. Well, this one we can see, if we check it our trick, the last one is having negative. It means ls. So we are going to apply ls. So when the last one is negative, we are going to put the factor which is small to be negative. Well, we start. 1 times the last number, 1 times 20, it gives us 20. Ignore the sign. Next, two numbers that I can multiply to give me 20, that is 1 times 20, 2 times 10, and then what else? That's 4 times 5. 4 times 5. Now, the next thing is, since I'm applying ls, because the last is having negative, therefore the small factor, s stands for small factor, to be negative. So I'm going to put the small factor. These are the small factor, these are the big factors. So this should be negative. The next thing is I need to find two numbers that I can add to give me positive 1, because here I'm having positive 1. So this one, if I add it, gives me 19. It's not. If I add this one, it gives me 8. No. If I add this one, it gives me positive 1. So which means this is what I'm going to take. So I write my 2x. Then negative 4, I plug it here. Then positive 5, I plug it here. So next, I need to divide. Negative 4 divided by 1, it will not change. 5 divided by 1, it will not change. So that is my final answer. Was that not simple? Let's move on to the next example. C. So what if we are given x squared minus 8x and then plus 15. Now, first we check. We are having the middle value negative, MB. It means we are going to apply MB. Middle, negative, big. No, that is both. It means both factors should be negative. Straightforward. So therefore, we are going to multiply 1 times 15. It gives us 15. Two factors that will give us 15. That is 1 times 15. Next, 3 times 5. Let me not go very far. Since I'm going to apply MB, middle, both should have negative. It means I'm going to put both factors to be negative. So if I add these ones, which one will give me the middle number when I add them, which is negative 8? So if I check this one plus this one, if I add this one, it gives me negative 16. Nope, this is not the middle one. If I add this one, it gives me negative 8. Check. So it means this is what I'm going to take. So therefore, I write my 2x and then just plug these values. X, x. Negative 3, negative 5. Lastly, I need to divide. Negative 3 by 1, it will not change. Negative 5 by 1, it will not change. That is my final answer. Next example, let's see if we are now having D. I hope now we are now familiar. So if we are having 7m squared plus 6m minus 1. As usual, this value times this one, this gives me 7. Two numbers that I can multiply to give me 7. 1 times 7. Well, since the last one is negative, I'm going to apply LS. Last negative, small should be negative. Small value should be negative. It's the only one that I have. It means I write my 2m and then negative 1, positive 7. Next, I need to divide. Well, when I divide here, 1 divided by 7, it will change. 7 divided by 7, it will also change. So therefore, when you divide and it's giving you negative, a decimal, don't divide, just bring that value back. When I bring it back, I'm going to have 7m minus 1, and 7 divided by 7 is 1, which means m plus 1. Done. That's my answer. Well, what if I'm also having this second last one? If I have, for example, letter E, so if I have 3n squared plus 10n minus 8. Well, as usual, 3 times 8, that gives me 24. You multiply this one, which gives me 24. Two numbers that I can multiply to give me 24. That's 1 times 24, 2 times 12, and 3 times 8. So, well, since the last one is negative, it means I'm going to use LS. Last, small should be negative. So, well, small should be negative. So which two can I add to give me positive 10? Definitely it will give me positive 10. These ones, which means I write my 2n, n, another n, and then I select between the two. Minus 2, I put it here. Positive 12, I put it there. Next, I need to divide. So if I divide this one by 3, it will change. This one by 3, it will change. So this one is not divisible. It means it goes back. It means I'll have 3n minus 2. And then 12 divided by 3 is 4. It means I have n plus 4. That's my answer. So lastly, if we are given 2x squared plus 7x plus 3. Now, as usual, I need to check. If I check here, um, both are positive. It means I have no negative here. That's where I'm going to apply n. So no negative. It means there's no factor that I'm going to put negative. So then I start 2 times 3. That gives me 6. Two numbers I can multiply to give me 6. 1 times 6 gives me 6. 2 times 3, it gives me 6. So none of them should be negative, so which means which one should I add to give me positive 7? 1 plus 6 is 7. This one is fine. This one will give me 5. Not. So 7 is the middle one. So when I add this, it should give me the middle one. Then the next thing is I'm going to write my 2x, x, and then x. Positive 1, positive 6. I just copy it. Next, I need to divide by this first number. 1 divided by 2 is it will change. 6 divided by 2, it will change. This one is not divisible, so it goes back. Then I have 2x plus 1. Then x plus 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that becomes my final answer. This is the best way you can use to factorize quadratic trinomials. So we have come to the end of our lessons for factorization. Watch simple factorization, factorizing by grouping, and then the last one, factorizing quadratic trinomials. So you can corner the examiners by watching these 3 pieces of videos. Thank you.